Girls in cheap cosplay were looking for seats in a steakhouse. Diabetes could have been cured, but the savant teenager with a cure in hand fell into a brown lake and drowned, only to be eaten by sickly fish, which were then eaten by sickly homeless people squatting under a sickly-looking bridge downstream. Tom Barlow, who'd once been the lead singer of a band that, minus him, had become one of the planet's biggest acts over multiple decades, listens to one of the band's more eclectic tracks. While it received niche acclaim 30 years ago, and, due to the band's timeless popularity, had helped sell a massive amount of albums, it survives today in its most popular form as a remix. A banging remix, but an oral bastard nevertheless. Tom Barlow had lost his spot in the band because of a girl. She, Marissa Quills, was great, until she wasn't. Marissa and Tom had been high school sweethearts, if that's still a thing in our megalastic, spastastic, algo-zapping existence. Tom loved her, and Marissa loved him. Conditionally, on both accounts, and such speaks the furious sides of coins pulling the strings of all our fates. Tom is now thinking of Marissa because of the song. The remixed one. It's about storms, lightning mostly. He and Marissa had adored lightning, both via its physical and metaphysical manifestations. They'd first lapsed into the orgiastic fruits of being during a lightning storm. They'd shared secrets and sunrises during lightning storms, and Tom, both times the couple had broken up, had moved through lightning storms to first rekindle and then accept the death of their ill-fated union. Marissa was ambitious but mentally ill. Tom remains similarly oriented. So there's no precise point to lay blame as to why Tom did not continue as the famous band's lead vocalist, particularly when they sold massive numbers off the back of a track he wrote for Marissa, which then got remixed and is now mostly listened to by sad middle-agers with kids being raised in their torturous slipstreams. Marissa was fiddled with by the son of a family friend in her formative years. Over many years. She admitted to Tom that this left her broken, unable to ever live a truly fulfilling existence. Tom, the son of a loud, drunk father, had long vowed to get his revenge against his own addled childhood fate by emerging from his shout-proof cave as a hero, a veritable savior, and thus fulfill his moral destiny. And so he stayed with Marissa, loved her, dreamed with her, and broke himself while with her. Marissa moved on to the band's bass player. Always the bassist. The bassist had no explanation as to why he accepted this, other than his being a bassist. And that's what bassists are. The underbelly engineers propelling the world's rogue plastic bags to project pseudo-profound beauty when taken by swills and swirls of wind and electric energy. One advantage the bassist possesses is that, unlike Tom, he isn't pretty, which means he's never had much to lose, particularly with a pretty, nubile female suddenly interested in jumping his bones. He took her on, more literally than figuratively. And Saikon, with working-class charm in tow, charmed the other band members into ousting Tom in favor of someone less prone to, reportedly, apparently, do dastardly things to a pretty young broken thing who, in hindsight, was simply looking for a new host to buy up all her weaponized victimness before burning him to toast, too. Marissa took Tom's song and gave it to the bassist. He knew it was Tom's, of course he did. But who cares when wallets pray to stay fat and small death, the small death that is an accessible, human-aided orgasm, is at one's beck and call. So, Tom's song, his love letter to Marissa and the life they could have lived, articulated through his once uncorrupted eye, is now a remix, and it's still making the bassist millions while Tom, a swimming pool salesperson, and Marissa, a fitwear specialist at a chain clothing store, live long, slow deaths without ever being able to adequately relay the respective points when they realized existence is nothing but a silly, spermatozoa-dosed symphony of silliness that, unless you're a bassist, is all fury and no peace.